Akashinti, the real reflection of you. Alright, so I'm on my desk. I'm doing some work. Catching up on things that I've wanted to get to, but is just life, Life. Life. And anyways, it was a photo shoot and looking through the photos, and don't get me wrong, I love photo shoots. They're so much fun and so amazing. And you come up with this concept and you shoot it, this, that, and the other thing. But the toughest part is the afterwards and selecting a few photos that are emblematical of that shoot. Or are there any photos that are worth pulling out and whatever it is that you may do with them, using them for something. Not every shoot you get stuff, and I will say you only need one photo for it to be a really good shoot. But when you have to go through hundreds of photos, it's tough. It gets really tough. So, anyways, I'm going through the photos right now, and I got the list down to probably about maybe 40. I got to drop it even from there a little bit more. And so yeah, that's a little tough, but it's all good. I was talking to somebody just the other day about the past and looking back at how far I've made it thus far, and not only in terms of life, but just the whole career change, this, that, and the other thing. And it's striking, just thinking years back, 5 years ago, what my path was and where it was to where it is today and the trajectory that I'm headed towards, Truth is, we don't really know where tomorrow will bring us and what it holds, and yet at the same time, we'll see what happens, we'll see what happens. But I say all that because I was just thinking back on it, recollecting, This is one of those videos where I thought I had an idea of something that I wanted to say, but I don't entirely know what I want to say. And that's okay. That's okay. There was an idea, though. It was an inkling of an idea. So, yeah. But I'm okay with that, because it's not always about being pretty or very witty or knowing what to say. In fact, more often than not, when you don't know what to say and you say what you don't know what to say, there's something to that, I think that's something that in today's world, it's only speak if you have something to say. And while there is a truth to that, right, I'm certainly not saying no. In an area like this where I just do this for entertainment, it really doesn't matter, it's a blog. No one really cares that much, If I was on the stage for, I don't know, a speech and there's hundreds of people and this, that, and the other thing, yeah, keep it short or keep it to something that, whatever, right? But in a setting like this, it doesn't really matter. I really treat these more as practice and training and so on and so forth. So it is what it is. Earlier today, I was doing this treasure hunt thing, which was so much fun. Highly, highly recommend. You guys got to check it out. It's like a treasure hunt with a bunch of kids, and I was one of the guides, and we were walking all over town trying to figure out clues, this, that, and the other thing. It was so much fun. I'm so glad I was a part of it. And yeah, and then I got some family stuff, and today's one of those days where I'm just catching up on the small errands, doing my laundry, changing the sheets, going through some old stuff, making lists, this, that, and the other thing. And while there's a part of me that's I wish I had some fun things to do, I think it's really important to do these things, and not only to do them, but to appreciate them and to do them joyously. Life's not all about partying and meeting people, this, that, and the other thing. There's a big aspect of life that's just very mundane, and enjoying the mundane moments. Those mundane moments are sometimes the more important moments of life than the big parties, the red carpets, the big photographic moments, or whatever it is, It's those moments in between where it's just you and you. And what do you do there? How do you treat yourself? you speak to yourself? How do you breathe with yourself? Those are the real moments of life that I find are much more important in many a way. So anyways, keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.